Good deeds. Offer someone your seat on public transportation. So I don't use public transportation. I have my own personal vehicle. And the only time I can say I experienced something that was public transportation, it was something like the school bus, if you want to consider that public transportation. And the only time I would give up my seat is if someone wanted to sit with their friend or something and they needed to sit closer or farther, or say you're occupying the left side of the bus and I always sat on the right side, and you are like a group of four friends, y'all want to sit next to each other like that, or maybe the seats behind you were not available. I don't know, whatever happened. I just remember moving a few times so that other people could have a different placement. Needless to say, my favorite thing was assigned seats, but it could kind of suck when your assigned seat was with someone that you really didn't care for. But at least as long as they were not mean, I didn't really care. Outside of that, I used to ride some ferry to get to visit my grandparents. And that one, there's pretty much not a conceivable circumstance in which we needed to ever give up our seats. It was pretty ample, and you could even go outside to ride if you wanted it to. So the only way you wouldn't find a spot in the ferry is if you're trying to be difficult. But in my experience throughout my childhood, I don't remember having to give it up for any reason. But the other style of public transportation I vividly remember using was a van. Say someone had a personal business at some docks and you could use that van as a shuttle pretty much. You know how when you go to dealerships for service, they offer you the shuttle service if you don't want to wait at the dealership? Well, you could say that was kind of the shuttle, but this was a one-way destination. And we rode it a few times when my grandfather couldn't pick us up at the docks for whatever reason. But it was fun because he used to pick this specific spot that if we didn't see him, we knew that someone either took it or we knew in advance that he wasn't going to be able to pick us up, maybe because he had to work. But we always knew in advance, and we could see him from some hill that he used to park at. Made him pretty visible from the moment we were coming in. If I were to use public transport, I wouldn't hesitate to give up my seat, but with a little bit of a condition. I want to see that there's an actual necessity. Like, I don't know, you have a ton of groceries with you, you're elderly, you're pregnant, something like that. If I see that you really don't appear to be in any kind of like stress or discomfort that doesn't require you to really have a seat, or you feel like you don't have a seat, you don't give me the vibe that you need a seat, then I'll keep my seat. After all, I made it to it first, you know? But I also feel like if I experienced that situation, I wouldn't hesitate to do it. I'm sure I've done acts like that. I've gestured in that manner to give someone comfort when they needed it, especially with the elderly. Like if I see you with your little walk around stuff and the door is not automatic, I don't care how long it takes you. Don't rush. I will hold the door for you. That kind of circumstance. But I guess for me, I'm just in my own little world, and fortunately for me, I can pretty much fit anywhere. I don't take up a lot of space anywhere, so it's very rare that I feel like I'm causing an obstruction anyway. Little details like that. Well, there you guys have it. That's it from me on this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have stories of your own with public transport. Where I live, there is a bus system, but honestly, again, I don't have the need to use it if I have my own personal vehicle. And I have never experienced public transit like that. I know people who have. I would just need to ask them a little more about it, which they have told me about it before. But it's been a long time. There's no telling how it's changed, if it's changed in recent years. So I don't know. I really don't have much to say about this one, but my intention would be there. If I identify something that I can resolve, I just do it. That's the way I am. Okay, that's it. Bye.